Hello and welcome to today's webinar, CAD Learning Getting Started with the Basics. This is a webinar brought to you by LiveLab Learning, which is a subsidiary of American Core, a wholly owned applied software company created to provide world-class training. This is Emily Barnes and I'm delighted to be your moderator today. Next slide, please. Throughout our presentation, we encourage you to interact with us by typing in questions and comments using the question pane. We will be answering questions at the end of the presentation. The webinar is being recorded and will be available to you online on our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, search LiveLab Learning on Facebook and like our page to receive the latest information and special offers. When you visit our website, livelablearning.com, there's a complete schedule of upcoming training. Please take note of upcoming events. We have Autodesk University December 1st through the 3rd at the Venetian in Las Vegas, booth 311. And then our upcoming webinars are Business Models Transformation, What the Future Holds, Getting Connected, Learn How to Leverage the Benefits of Applied Software in Autodesk, and the Power of Desktop Subscriptions. At the end of this webinar, we will be giving out a $25 gift card. You must be present to win, and this will happen after the questions are answered. So please join me in welcoming today's speaker. We have Kelly Dwyer with CAD Learning.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to take a quick look at the CAD Learning tools that are available to you and how to use them as an end user. So I have a live demonstration scheduled. We're going to actually be working live in a website. So the URL is listed right up here already, asti.cadlearning.com. This is the Applied Software CAD Learning portal. Login credentials are provided for each user, and as you log in, the software will go ahead and update your homepage to show any courses that you've already enrolled in. So you can see here up at the top that I'm logged in currently as Kelly Dwyer, and that is a link back to my profile should I need to view my user profile and make changes. And then right over here on the side, I have helpful links, and then I have my courses. So this will refresh automatically when you log in, showing which courses you've already started or enrolled in. You will also see a list of all possible course categories in the center of the screen. That way you can browse the available course catalog and choose a new course to enroll in if you'd like to. And you can search, of course, by name. You just want to be as specific as possible to narrow down the result list, as we do have courses for multiple release years of each title. So you may see numerous results if you don't specify a release year. We also have some helpful links over here on the left-hand side of the right-hand side of the screen. We have a link to the Help Desk Center should you have any trouble viewing videos or any trouble getting logged in. We have a curriculum builder tool that's available to the users to save custom curriculums. And then we have a calendar that's visual typically only. It may show upcoming events, it may not. The Curriculum Builder tool works in two different places here on the site, and the most common use is during a quiz, and we're going to take a look at that in just a moment. But you can also build a curriculum from scratch, and what a curriculum is, simply put, is a saved search. So I can choose to build a curriculum and enter search terms and choose which products I'm searching. I'll get a list of results and I can save that, and then I can return and view that list anytime I want by clicking on My Curriculums. When we enter a course and go through a quiz, you'll see that the software suggests a list of lessons. Instead of using search terms, it's going to use the questions that were incorrect, and it's going to go fetch the lessons those were covered in so that you can save it as essentially a remedial course that you could go back and follow through to try to improve your quiz score. Now, to take a look at one of the courses, all we have to do is select the course title, and we will enter the course view. And on the screen, I have two columns when I'm viewing a course. In the left-hand column, I have my helpful tools. I have a search box where I can search any of the lessons. And this isn't going to search just by name. It is contextual. So we have tagged each of the lessons based on what they're covering. So if you need help with a particular command or task, you can type that right in here, and it'll fetch all the lessons in this course that pertain to what you entered. Just beneath the search box, we have exercise files available to download, and we also have a reference file. Those exercise files are optional, but they are a supplement that allows you to open up the file the instructor was using when they recorded the video and then practice alongside. So you would need to have the Autodesk software available to you to use those. You can open it up and practice everything you're seeing as you go. There is a link back to your profile from within the course, and if you're curious about your course activity so far, if you want to see what you've already viewed and what's left, you can follow that link. And then there are links to your other courses so that you can hop right into an additional course if you needed to. In the main section of the course, we have our resources up at the top that are course-wide, so we have overall knowledge assessment and skills assessment. These two assessments are going to contain questions about all of the topics listed below. So they are course-wide. They include all possible topics. We have each topic listed below, and you're going to see that it's sort of highlighted with a little bar here and a topic number. And at the bottom of each topic, we have a review quiz. Now, these are shorter than those two quizzes up at the top, and they're going to contain questions only about that topic. It's reviewing just that section. So if you're going to be using this to take the course start to finish, that's a great place to stop and review how much did I absorb in this section. If you were trying to get a benchmark of your knowledge before you jump in, that's when you may want to look at the overall knowledge assessment, which again is going to be quizzing you on all possible things in this course so it can give you feedback and let you know which lessons you may need to follow up on. The skills assessment works in a very similar fashion, but the overall knowledge assessment is recall-based. How much do you understand and remember? Where the skills assessment is going to ask you to perform tasks. You're going to need to open up one of those exercise files, perform a task, and then come back and answer the question. It's more hands-on. It takes a little bit longer, but it gives you a very good understanding of how much did I really understand and how much didn't I by trying it out. Now, each of the lessons are relatively short, so the list does look pretty long when I scroll through just topic number 1 here. You can see there's quite a few, but look at the length and time next to them. We try to keep them as short as possible. This makes it very granular so that if you could skip over a lesson that you don't need and just focus on the ones that you do. And it makes it an excellent help tool because you don't have to scroll through a 20-minute or 30-minute video to find the topic you need. You can jump right to the right spot. Occasionally, there are topics that are going to be rather lengthy. They couldn't be shortened to less than 5. Here's one, 8 minutes and 19 seconds. If you are looking at one of these lessons, you can still skip ahead. So you don't have to watch the entire thing start to finish if you know where you need to go. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Okay. Now, the courses vary in length depending on the product. This one happens to be a rather lengthy course. I'm going to scroll down real quickly here and show you that we have 29 different topics in this course. Quite a few lessons. As you can imagine, if you're working through this start to finish, when you get down to the bottom, you're going to get tired of scrolling. So I just want to point out that this little box over to the side of each topic allows you to bookmark a topic so that it's only showing that one. The screen will load quicker and you won't have to scroll searching through all of those other chapters. And of course, if you're done with this or you just want to move to another, you can click on Jump To. You can hop to wherever you'd like. If you want to see everything back again, you're going to go ahead and click on that same little icon to the side to show all topics again. Everything will return to the screen. Now I want to go ahead and take a look at viewing a video. I'm going to click on this very first video in the list here, Introducing the New Tab. When you select a video lesson, it's going to open up a new window for you because there's quite a bit of information we nestle in here with the video. The very first time you launch a video, it is going to ask you to confirm your login with your email address and your password. And the reason for that is we're going to go ahead and show your user profile up here, and we're going to be able to capture your history in this window in addition to what you were doing back here on the course page. So we have the video itself right here in the window, and it started playing automatically, but I paused it so we could talk for a moment. And then down at the bottom underneath that, it's showing me how many times I've seen this lesson already. That'll give you a good idea of whether I've been here or not before, is it something I'm struggling with, etc. And then you're going to find options to let you move forward to the next lesson. So you don't have to close this window first and then click the next one. You can navigate right through that video window. This is why you're asked to log in first, because we want to be sure that we're tracking your progress there. So as you click forward, it's keeping track of that. Now the player itself is pretty basic. You can go ahead and pause and play at any time. You can adjust your volume settings here. You can turn on closed captions for most of our videos. Not every single video has this available yet, but most of them will. And you can adjust the playback speed. If this is something that you're trying to get through quickly, maybe something you think you understand, you just want to review it, you can speed it up. There is an option for settings, but typically you don't need to adjust the quality settings because the player will determine, based on your connection, the best possible quality. Should you have trouble, then you could certainly downscale it and see if it does better, if it's really taxing the connection that you have, but it's pretty unlikely. Usually it will test it, it will give you the best possible delivery. And of course, if this window is a little too small for you, you can go ahead and pop the video window right out of this, and it'll make it full screen for you. So this will take just the video window and make it full screen. You can also make this window full screen, and it'll keep all these tools that I had available around the video. But it doesn't necessarily increase the size of the video quite as much as you might like. So you can try both and see what you're most comfortable with. Now we do have over on the side some helpful tools about the lesson that you're viewing right now. The first one is viewing the transcript. And we have this closed by default because if we had this open while you were viewing a video, it can be a little bit distracting. Let me hit play so you can see why. As we go through a video, it's going to highlight exactly what the author is saying. So if you're watching this and you're overwhelmed visually by what's going on the side because you're seeing the text highlight and move, then you can certainly close it. And we keep it closed by default. But just so that you know, each and every lesson will have the transcript available like that for you, and it will move through and let you know exactly what's being said. Now we have the skill level tagged here. We have whether or not this is a new feature and the default language. The skill level, that's one of those things that really the instructor has tried to go ahead and tag, is this considered beginning, intermediate, or advanced? Those are the three levels. But obviously, depending on how you use the system, what you consider beginner may be different than what they consider beginner. So don't take that to heart too much, I would say. New feature. This is indicating whether or not this lesson has been changed in this release year. As you know, every year we put out a new set of courses to cover the new releases by Autodesk. And if this lesson has changed in any way, even if they've just made a small visual change, we're going to flag it as yes, this has been updated, so that you can make sure you're picking up just those pieces that were changed each year as it's released. And then just beneath that, we're going to show you what other courses this video is found in. So this particular video is in multiple courses, and we just list those for you there. Now when you're done with the video window, you're going to go ahead and close it and return to your course. And obviously you're going to watch as many videos as you need to. If you have a good chunk of time, you can move through a whole bunch. And as I mentioned, at the bottom of a topic, there's sort of a stopping point or a checkpoint where you can see just how much did I absorb. So let's take a quick look at the quiz. So this is the Getting Started review quiz, and it will contain only questions about that Getting Started section, the lessons in that section. To launch the quiz, I'm going to go ahead and click Attempt Quiz Now, and a series of questions is displayed on screen for me. Some will have pictures, some will not. These are all memory-based, so I just have to remember based on what I saw. I'm not going to even read these questions. I am just going to select B for each one, so don't laugh too hard. But we're going to go ahead and just fill a few in so you can see what happens. You, of course, would take your time and carefully read and select the appropriate answer. And there, we'll skip the rest. When you get finished, down at the bottom here, you can submit all and finish. If you are not done, if you've been interrupted, you need to go do something else, but you want to save your progress so far, you can, and then you continue your attempt later. You will not see your grade or get any feedback until you close it. When you are truly finished, you're going to go ahead and click Submit All and Finish, and it does warn you, you're going to close this attempt. You won't be able to come back and change your answers anymore, and we're going to confirm. And you're immediately presented with a review screen. So this is going to break down for you your quiz attempt. This was attempt number 1, when you started, when you finished, how long it took, and your score. We're also going to list each and every question so you can see which ones you got correct and which ones you got incorrect. Anything marked incorrect is going to give you some feedback based on what you selected. So each one of the incorrect answers has its own unique feedback that we're going to give you. We're not going to give you the answers, but a little bit of feedback. If there's a question that you have not answered, I'm scroll down a little further to where I stopped, it is still going to count as incorrect. Even though we didn't select anything here, so there is no feedback, it does count as an incorrect submission. Now, what's cool about this is that the system's going to take a look at which questions were incorrect, and it's going to fetch a list of recommended lessons. This is the curriculum builder in effect. So when I click on this link, it's going to show me all the lessons that I should probably follow up on based on my quiz score, which of course is quite a few because I only got one correct. As a user, you can save this curriculum to your user profile. Only you will see it. This is not shared with everybody else. It's just for you. You can name it anything you want. You can share it manually if you wanted to with somebody, but by default, it's located only in your user profile. And you can review your curriculums at any time by clicking My Curriculums here or on the home page, and it'll show you a list of everything you've saved in the past. You can hop in and view any of these anytime you want. So I can go ahead and launch it. I'm going to go back. You can send this to somebody by email. That's how you can share it if you'd like. Or you can delete it. If you've worked through it and you're finished and you don't need it anymore, by all means, go ahead and delete it. These don't really take up any sort of space. There's no harm in having as many as you'd like. So we encourage you to go ahead and create and save those. And remember that the curriculum we just created was based on the quiz results. You can also do one from scratch based on search terms right on the home page. Now, once you've finished your review here, some people will print this screen out, and you certainly can. Just do Control-P on your keyboard and print these results. But it is saved. You don't necessarily have to. You can return to it anytime you want. So I'm going to click on Finish Review, and it's going to bring me to my listed attempts. So far, I've tried this quiz one time. If I want to try it again, I certainly can. Every time you attempt a quiz, it's going to add a new row to this list. So you're going to see what your score was each and every time, so you can see, of course, if you're improving as you go through lessons. And if I'm looking at the course view and I enter a quiz that I've taken previously, perhaps I forgot that I took it already, it's going to bring me right back to that screen. If I would like to review the results again, all I have to do is select right here the attempt number, and it's going to bring me that detailed screen again. So as I said, you can print it out, but it is saved, so you don't necessarily have to. Now, as you're working through a course, there are going to be times where you come back in and you go, okay, I don't remember which lessons I already viewed and which ones I didn't. I had mentioned before that you can click on your profile over here on the side to get an idea of your activity in this course. When I click on profile, oops, oh, I've made a liar out of myself. It's missing. I'm going to have to fix that. When I click on my profile, there should be a third tab here that says Activity, and when I select that, it would show you the list of lessons with a check mark next to each one that you've watched, so that you have an idea of what you've gotten through already. The exercise files, as I mentioned before, are available as an optional tool to download if you need them to practice alongside. They're also required for the skills exam. So that test is a little bit different than the other exams. So you would come in here and you would download just this zip file. The course exercise files contains everything for the whole course. It's going to be a pretty big download typically. This one's 904 megabytes. The assessment skill files are only the files you need to complete that assessment. So that's what you're going to be looking for typically. And if I look at the skills assessment quiz, and I'm going to go ahead and click Attempt. We won't go through the whole thing again, but just to show you the difference, this will tell you specifically to go open a particular file. This file is found in the downloads that were available on the course page. And then after you've opened the file, in this example in AutoCAD, you're going to go ahead and perform the task that we've asked you to, and then come back and report on the answer. So again, this could take a little bit longer. You may get more from it personally because you're going to really understand how much did I understand and can I really do it. But it will take a little bit longer. So don't forget that down at the bottom, you can save your progress at any time. You don't necessarily have to submit it and get a grade. You'll just save what you've done so far. And when you want to return to that quiz, you will be able to jump back in and get started again. I didn't actually answer any questions. Let's see if it saved it. It did. So I asked it to save, even though I hadn't answered any questions yet. I can click Continue my last attempt and jump back in and finish anytime I'm ready. So coming back to the course page, within the course, we can use this as a help tool by searching the lessons and getting help for exactly what we need. We can use this as a training tool by going through start to finish each of the topics. If we have a partial understanding of the system and we want to really only focus on the pieces that are missing, that's not a problem. You can skip whatever you don't need. If you're not sure what you need, start with the overall knowledge assessment. It'll test your knowledge of the system pretty much start to finish, all the topics listed below, and give you that suggested curriculum should you need it. Okay, so you can use this a couple of different ways, and you can navigate from course to course just by clicking on the titles over here. If you finished with AutoCAD 2015 and you'd like to go look at Maya 2016, not a problem. You can hop right there. Now, when I return home, I did point out as we logged in that my courses were listed over here on the side, any course that you've started. But let me show you the experience the first time you click a course, something you haven't started before. So I'm going to click on the course category for 2016. There are 35 courses here. Each of the course names are listed, and these are for the 2016 releases of the product. If you're interested about the content, you can click on the summary to get some additional information. It'll pop up a window with just a description of what you're going to find in here. And to begin any of the courses, just click the course title, and you'll be prompted to enroll yourself as a member of the course. Once you click yes, it's going to go ahead and add this course to your list of courses on the side. That's all you have to do. You will not have to click it again. The next time you log in and you jump into a course that you have already enrolled in, it's going to jump you right into the course. So you only have to enroll that one time, and it's going to go ahead and save it to your list of courses so you can jump right in when you're ready. Now I'm going to go ahead and return to the home page once again, and I just want to point out over to the side the Curriculum Builder tool. I had mentioned at the beginning that you would be able to access your curriculums that you've saved right from here, my curriculums, including the one we just saved. You can also build a curriculum from scratch by clicking on Build Curriculum. In this way, you're going to go through and choose the course you're interested in searching, and there may be more than one. That's entirely possible. Once you've selected the course you need, you're going to enter the keywords. So maybe you just want to see what was new in version 2.0. You can enter as many keywords as you'd like, and you can separate them with a colon if it's not a phrase, if they're independent keywords. And once you've entered your desired settings, you're going to click Build Curriculum, and it'll fetch you a list of everything that matched. Then, of course, you can save it, and it'll add it to your list. Now, if you didn't get the results you were expecting, you could click back without saving and try again. The courses are alphabetical here, although it doesn't always appear that way because some of them start with Autodesk, some start right with AutoCAD. We actually name the courses based on the actual release by Autodesk. So whatever it's truly called is what you're going to find it listed as in here, and it is alphabetical. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this window. It had opened for me a new tab. I'm going to go ahead and close that and come back to home. And the last thing that I want to illustrate for you is that your user profile is available to you at any time by clicking on your name right up here in the upper corner, down here in the footer, or when you're inside the course. And when you select your name, it's going to bring you to that profile screen where you can see each of the courses that you've enrolled in, the last time you were logged in, and if you would like to change your profile, you can click Edit Profile. And from here, you'll have the ability to adjust certain fields. So maybe my location is incorrect. I could change this. You can adjust your time zone if you're in a different time zone, your preferred language. And then down at the bottom, Update Profile will save any changes. Now I'm going to go ahead and return home, and I'm just going to step back for a minute and give you a quick synopsis of what we've covered. We took a look at this home page and the information that was available to you, including helpful links right over here to help you get started, courses that you've already started or enrolled in, course categories that are available so that you can choose a new one if you'd like to enroll, and then helpful resources over to the side, including a link to the help desk and your saved curriculum. We also took a look at a course view so that we could see the layout there, including the resources that are available for download, the quizzes that are available, the lessons themselves in the video player and tools, and how you can come through and use this either as a help tool or as a learning tool, how to take a quiz, how to save the results of your quiz, and build a custom curriculum. We also talked about how to build a curriculum from scratch from the home page and how to view or modify your profile. And that is everything that you would need to get up and running in the CAD Learning Center and take advantage of it. So at this point, I think I'm ready to go ahead and open up the question and answer period.
All right, thank you, Kelly. That was beautiful. We do not have any questions at this time. Do you remember there are the question option down to the side that you can enter there? And also, if you do have any questions after the webinar, please feel free to give either send me an email or give me a call. And my information is on the screen, so 404-564-1873 or ebarnes@sc.com, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. So we are going to be giving out a $25 gift card. Let's see. And it will be going to Isla Burdett. Isla, if you are still available, if you can please type a message into the side to let us know that you're still here, and then we will be contacting you after the webinar. Oh, wait, we do have a question. So it does say, is this part of a subscription? Yes, this is part of your subscription. It is equal to your number of seats and also for the length of the subscription. So if it's over, it is for up to a year. So if you have a 3-year subscription, it will only meet that anniversary date of the 1 year. And then at that time, we will consider continuing. So, and I do see that Isla is still available. And as a customer, okay, yes, so the subscription it's for an ASTI subscription. Does that answer the question? Oh, all right. Will this webinar be available to watch later? Yes, it will be available. If you visit the livelablearning.com page, it will be available there. And then I'll give a few more minutes to see if we have any more questions coming in. All right. Well, thank you everybody for attending. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope you found this webinar informative and helped to your business. We look forward to you joining our next webinars, and thank you very much.